Well, nobody asked me. I was ready to go.
Are you ready?
Guess I'm ready to go, huh?
I don't know, I was told to hit the button.
Well, here we go. Did everybody get a donut? If you didn't, you better be careful, because I haven't had my third yet. Anyway, thank you guys for coming. Our 12th annual Olivet Turkey Trot will take place Thanksgiving morning, November 27th at 8 AM at Stacy Park. This community event is one of our biggest, most meaningful traditions, with all proceeds benefiting the Harvey Kornblum Jewish Food Pantry, supporting their mission to provide food and essential services to those in need across the St. Louis area. Registration is available now on our website, so gather your family and friends to run, walk, or simply enjoy the fun. Today, we're joined by the Turkey Trot lead, David Moons and Miriam Seidenfeld from the Harvey Kornblum Jewish Food Pantry to talk about all things Turkey Trot. Let's give them a. And they have been consistent for years in helping us in this process, and we're very thankful for what you do. Mr. David Moons has been a proud Olivet resident for 12 years and the father of 3 Leduc students, so am I. He is currently the president of the Angie Mountain, a company focused on sustainable materials and innovative products. David is committed to community service and philanthropy, and currently serves as the vice president on the board of directors for Pedal the Cause, commissioner on the Olivet Economic Development Commission, and an active member of the Olivet Turkey Trot. Thank you, Mr. Moons. Miriam Seidenfeld. Miriam Seidenfeld is the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of JFS, boasting over 30 years of experience working with families and children, as well as 20 years leadership in the nonprofit sector. Her role as CEO, Miriam is dedicated to furthering the JFS mission to supporting individuals in overcoming their challenges and living vibrant, healthy lives. Miriam's expertise in fundraising, strategic planning, management, and operations has been instrumental in the guiding JFS as the organization's expands to meet the evolving and growing needs of the St. Louis community. She holds a Bachelor's of Science degree in Human Relations from the University of Minnesota and a Master of Science in Social Work from Columbia University. That's a nice, impressive resume there. So we're gonna go ahead and start with some questions. Mr. Moon, I'll start with you, sir.
Okay,
The Olivet Turkey Trot is celebrating its 12th year this year. Looking back on how the event has evolved, tell me how this evolved, the inception of this. How did this come about, if you will?
yeah, the event started 12 years ago because a previous resident, Jeff Springer, had a family member in from out of town. And historically, that family member would run a turkey trot. And the idea was, okay, we could either go to Kirkwood, Webster, or go downtown. And Jeff and Ruth, if you know them, which many of you probably do, are very active people and committed. And they said, why don't we try to do one here? And that started 12 years ago. And I think it was a couple hundred runners showed up that first year. And since then, it has evolved into, I think you said it nice, like I think it's one of the marquee events for the city, for the community. It brings everyone together. It's a great way to kick off the holiday. But in some ways, it hasn't evolved at all, because it's just a bunch of people who live here wanting to have a good time and raise money for a good cause. And I think that's what we all enjoy about it so much, is that it's not too big. It's the right size for our community, and we do a good job, and people continue to have fun.
Will there be anything new this year?
Oh, there's always something new. So this year we are very, very proud, and I emailed Jeff yesterday to share that we have now a partner with Great Heart Brewing Company as our exclusive beer provider for the morning. So for many, many years, we wanted to get an Olivet brewery. Now we have the brewery, and that brewery has agreed to be our exclusive beer provider. And John and Helena Valentine are coming to actually pour beers that morning and meet the community, which is spectacular. After many years of arguing and debate, we've just pulled the trigger and we're having donuts this year. So I could not be more excited to have donuts this upcoming year. And another thing you could see on this good looking pup that just walked in, we have dog bandanas with the Olivet Turkey Trot logo on them. And we also have a host of new sponsors. So Paincrest Electric, Auto Beauty Specialists, Health and Wellness Therapy. I forgot their name exactly. They're on the shirt. We have a bunch of community partners that have agreed to be active in this event. And I think they're all focused on addressing the needs of JFS and what this community needs from a food standpoint.
Okay. I know, I remember one year it was cold and we were passing out beers and whatnot, sample beers. It's something to watch very cold people drink cold beer.
So to that end, that's a fair point. We also are having, and I haven't talked to the fire department yet, but we're having a minimum of 5 fire pits burning at this year's Turkey Trot, which is quite exciting. And I forgot to mention, Clan Haven Farms is another new sponsor that we have, and we're setting up the Clan Haven Farms Photo Center. So we're gonna have a really nice Instagrammable space for families and friends to take some photos. So yes, there's plenty of new things, and there will be every year.
So they're gonna have any kind of special giveaways or anything like this?
This year, the giveaway is the donuts, I think, but we'll also have a raffle going on where you could win one of two $250 gift cards that have been generously donated from Mobile on the Run.
Okay.
So community is showing up in a very generous way, which is great.
So beyond the fun and fitness, what makes participating in the Turkey Trot so meaningful for the Olivet community?
I think, the 3 things that we wanted to accomplish when we really started to grow this race was to highlight Olivet in a positive way, to bring the community together and have an enjoyable morning experience, and to raise funds for an organization in need. And I think like that sort of marriage of goals is just something natural to this community, because we are a very generous group, I think, in overall. And people like to have a good time when they show up.
Yes,
And you're home by like 9:30, you can start cooking,
yes,
most of you.
right. Me, I might start the day before.
Yeah,
Throw everything in the refrigerator, so I just heat and eat.
There
when
you
it
go.
comes to Thanksgiving dinner. What impact do you hope this year's Turkey Trot will have? Tell me about the impact that you're trying to make.
yeah, I would love to turn this over to Miriam, actually, because I think I can say, and Jamie Fingerman, who's another lead on the Turkey Trots in the audience here, I think we can say with confidence at this point that our donation this year is going to exceed last year's donation, because the community, and Miriam will talk about this, I hope, is in desperate need of food supply. And so our goal is not only to do what I said about Olivet and have a good time, but it's really to address needs in the community.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go with Miss Mary. For those unfamiliar, can you share a bit about the Jewish Family Services and the Harvey Kornblum Jewish Food Pantry?
Well, I first want to thank you for inviting me, Mayor Clark, who said to call him Sydney, so I might do a little Mayor Sydney because I like the title of mayor, and thank you for all your hard work. And David and Jamie, and others who make this happen, and in support of the Harvey Kornblum Food Pantry. So I want to thank you all for being here today to listen, and all of you who are leading the community so beautifully, especially at times like this, but there seem to be so many times like this these days. So most people know our food pantry, so I'll explain that in just a minute, because I want to talk about pantry. But JFS actually serves about 60,000 people a year in many areas. We have a child abuse prevention program that is in over 100 schools throughout St. Louis County. It's a progressive program. We do it every year. It's very empowering to children. It's not a scary program. So it's a really positive preventive child development program. We serve older adults. More than 400 older adults each year get case management and individualized services to help them live safely and stay connected to the community, the way Olivet does such a beautiful job of creating community in a beautiful space like this and others. And we have an ElderLink hotline, a resource and referral phone line that anybody can call and use if you have questions about getting connected to benefits or housing or financial assistance or various things. So our number is, I don't have it with me, but our phone number is probably on this sheet of paper that we brought over there. and we can get you connected. Mental health services, for children and families. For children, there's psychiatry, diagnostic testing and counseling. And for people of all ages, there's counseling, family counseling, couples counseling, individual counseling. And we serve everyone in any adult from anywhere and children in St. Louis. So we do a lot, and then people know our food pantry. The Harding Farm Bloom Jewish Food Pantry has been around for more than 30 years. I was talking to Jim, is it Jim? We started serving 40 families in the basement of the building we used to be in, which is now the Walgreens over on Olive. And it's grown and grown and grown because the need has grown and grown and grown. And because this community has supported the pantry, we've been able to grow. And now we're serving nearly 20,000 people a year. To us, before the pandemic, 15,000 was a high number for us in a year. It was hard. And as Jamie knows, who works at the food pantry almost daily sometimes as a volunteer, but definitely weekly, teaching groups about what we do that come into the pantry and educating them and getting them involved in the work of it, because children of all ages and adults can help, and we need their help. And I lost track of what I was going to say, but it's hard to serve 20,000 people a year. So it takes a lot of volunteers, it takes a lot of food. And with what's happening right now, and I don't know if now's the time to get into it.
Go ahead, please.
In addition to just high need, right? The economy's been hard for years now, as food costs have gone up and gasoline costs go up and down and housing goes up and down. But the trajectory has been high. So families who are working either low jobs, or if one parent is out of work, or if it's a single parent household, there are just so many reasons that people have been strapped for years. And then when something like SNAP benefits, which is not a lot of money, if you looked into it or read anything, it's just a little bit of help, but it helps a lot for a family who needs to buy food for a child, right? A couple jars of peanut butter can get them through a period of time. When that money's gone, there's no cushion at all for people. And so we've seen the numbers climb back up again at our food pantry in the last few weeks. And it actually started the week before the benefits were cut. But after the government shutdown, people just got nervous and they started calling people who haven't been to a food pantry before, but were not going to be paid or weren't being paid from their government job, or people who that we got a call from a couple where one of the spouses was staying home with the young children. One was working, and when the Amazon gave out the contract with a warehouse somewhere, is it Benton, or am I making that up? The husband lost his job. They were already on SNAP food benefits because of his income. And they lost it. They lost their SNAP benefits. They lost his income all at the same time. Plus the people who were just nervous that SNAP was going to be cut. So we had a huge increase of about 300 families the week they were nervous about it. And then it's been about 20 to 50 new families the subsequent 3 weeks past that. And typically we have 5 or fewer new families in a week. So having 20 to 50 in a week is just a lot for our staff to manage. We've been able to manage it because of the food coming in from food drives and donations that some of you have made in the past. I was saying it allows us to buy the food when we need it. And other smaller food pantries don't all have enough food, and they're sending their people to the Harding Farm Bloom Food Pantry. So supporting us at this time and always gives us the ability to make sure that people don't have to be scared or worried in those moments, because as you know, as soon as that household can get reemployed, they're going to be reemployed and they're not going to need to come to the food pantry. But we're here in those moments for people. So that was a long-winded answer.
No,
to
that was a
KFF,
good answer, very good answer.
But that's where we're at right now, and thank you. for
That's a
caring.
good answer. I personally believe that you're doing God's work. I really do. Because there's so many people out there that are hurting. And this back and forth stuff going on in Washington DC is horrible. None of those people there, I'm on my soapbox, so forgive me. None of those people there who are making decisions about this will ever need your services. They'll never need SNAP. And they can go home and eat whatever they want. The problem for them is, what do I choose to eat? As opposed to can I eat? And I think that's terrible. I really do believe that you're doing God's work. As far as the kind of families, what kind of families are you seeing? Are you seeing any different families that you hadn't seen before that are coming in?
We are. So typically, I always say, the pantry's there for all of us, right? You never know if a medical situation is gonna throw your own finances into a tough time and you might need to get food from a food pantry so you can pay your electric bill or, you know, on and on and on. It's all connected, right? Or to buy medicine. So it's there for everyone, and we see people of all socioeconomic levels and all backgrounds, and all ages and all kinds of family structures. Jamie could answer this even better, but it's lots of people. Right after the pandemic hit, and again now, we're seeing more people who are your neighbors. They're all your neighbors. That's what I say. If you were at the pantry on any given day, you might even see your neighbor, and we train our volunteers to wait and see if whoever comes to the pantry that they know recognizes them and wants to interact. Otherwise, we just smile and politely hand them their groceries and they move on. So you do see your neighbors, and now it's more people like, the couple I mentioned to you. There's a couple who both work in federal jobs. I used to describe exactly where they work because they both work in the same place, but I realized there aren't gonna be many people like them who are both married, working in the same location, a daughter in college, and as soon as they stopped being paid, and her college tuition was due, so they started putting all of their expenses on their credit card, and they came to the food pantry.
Yeah.
So those are people that we don't typically see, and they are at the food pantry. And I realized that if I said where they worked, I was saying this on a TV station, that somebody would recognize who they were, because there aren't that many people that fit that description, so I'm careful about that now, but it's our neighbors.
Yeah.
It's the parents of the kids in your school that you don't realize that one of them works for the federal government and hasn't been paid for, even if it's just a month. I don't know how long it's been now. You're right, many people live paycheck to paycheck.
It's very scary. I mean, but these are hardworking people. You know, they're not lazy people just sitting around waiting for a free handout.
Exactly.
They are hardworking people who have been, committed to their communities, and they do the right things. They just are in a situation that they had no control over.
That's exactly right. And they're still working hard for their communities. People
Yes.
working for the federal government, some of them are essential workers and they're still working and not being paid. And I didn't describe that about 30% of our pantry guests are older adults over the age of 60. On fixed incomes, they also, contributed to the community their entire lives and set up their finances generally quite well. But when costs are increasing the way they're increasing, it would be impossible for any of us. So our children, right? Another 30% are children.
Yeah.
They're big children and they're doing everything they need to, going to school and doing the right stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them aren't getting enough food, either enough nutrition, their stomachs are full, but they're not getting enough nutritious food. And so the pantry, as Jamie knows, we really, and all of you know, David knows quite well too, that we try to give them nutritious food, not just try, we're really successful at that, fruits and vegetables and canned vegetables and protein, frozen meats and canned meats, and so that kids can learn in school, right? And have
Yeah,
a
hungry
chance to
kid
learn.
can't learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and parents can't work and they're going to jobs, like you said, it's not people sitting at home waiting for food to come to them. They're
Yeah,
working
my,
really
my
hard.
wife works out in the Hazelwood School District. And for some of those students, the only hot meal they get is at school.
Yeah.
And that's gotta be devastating to think your only focus is when can I eat? And it's hard to learn, when you're hungry. What are the greatest needs this year for the Harvey Kornblum pantry? Are there specific foods or personal care items, or what's the most urgently needed things right now?
Jamie, you'll tell me if I'm wrong, but we have an ongoing list. Is the list pretty solid?
Yeah.
So there's a piece of paper over there, but it's, canned vegetables, pasta sauce.
Protein, canned chili or tuna, canned chicken,
Right,
Okay,
beef stew.
so
stuff
canned
that's good
proteins,
for your belly.
yeah,
and gives you great nutrition.
Right.
okay,
Thank you.
okay. Currently, we currently have two bins in the Olivet City Hall. Right here, and we also have one here at the Five Oaks on Warson, where we've been collecting non-perishable items since the summer. So please donate to those bins that you see here and also at the city hall as well. What other ways can people donate to the pantry? Do you accept monetary donations as well?
Thank you for asking. We do. And we have some generous donors in the room. It enables our staff at the pantry to buy in bulk, which is really cost effective. So any monetary donation of any amount is welcome because $10 donations add up, $1,000 donations add up. So any amount is welcome. So food is important. We get a lot of our food through food donations. Financial donations, you can send it to JFS and mark on it that you want it to go to the food pantry. So yes to monetary donations, yes to food donations, and yes to volunteer help. We put the number for our volunteer coordinator, Raven McNeil, on the piece of paper. If you wanna spend some time like Jamie does, Jamie spends a lot of time, but it's really fulfilling and it's a great group of people and you meet lots of interesting people from the community. The work can be kind of physical, but there's also times that we can make phone calls and so if you just call, they'll let you know if there are ways to help. So those are the three best ways to support the pantry, volunteering or donating money or food.
Good. I own a janitorial supply company. I'd like to give you several cases of bags, roll towels, gloves, whatever you need.
Amazing.
I'm going to give that to you.
That's incredible.
Because again, I do believe that you're doing God's work and we need to support people like her, Mr. Moons, who are trying to do the right thing. And we're lucky to have you part of our community. You had a question, go ahead.
I got an email from Jewish Family Service about the need for empty egg cartons because you get your eggs in bulk.
Yes.
And so now I'm saving my egg cartons when I'm doing my baking and whatever. I've been dropping them off at our temple, but I'm glad to know there's a drop off thing right here. And those add up as
Yes.
well, which was a
Yes.
surprise to me.
Yes,
My other thing is,
Thank you.
I end up with so many eggs because I do a lot of baking. I know it's not protein, but do you take anything homemade? Or not?
good question. We can,
Okay.
just first, what's the name of the,
We just, you,
no, who
because
is,
your kitchen is clean and we trust you, but you don't
Yeah.
trust everyone.
that
Real
helps,
reason
that helps.
behind it, but that's why.
How about for the staff? Would you trust me with that?
you can try, they like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
It's really a health department thing, they don't allow us. We also don't serve prepared meals other than when they come from the grocery store. We're not allowed to.
Yeah,
Thank
but the egg cartons are great, because we get like hundreds of eggs, and if we don't have anywhere to put them, we can't, it's hard to come.
That's I'm glad you brought that up. I had no idea. Cause we go through a ton of eggs. My son's an athlete and he eats 3 eggs a day for breakfast and we go through eggs like water. So
That's great.
I'll keep those going forward. I'll tell them to keep those. Anything else along that line that we should be collecting?
I forgot about that, even though I know that, but
I think that's,
the big
I mean,
thing,
the gloves would be great,
Yeah.
the donation of the gloves, but the egg cartons are something that we really do.
Yeah, so they're latex powder-free gloves. You know, they come in a case, so you have like 1,000 of them in a case. So I'm gonna get some of those
that's
for you.
amazing. Thank you,
And anything that I can do to help,
great,
again, I'm happy to help you.
thank you.
As we celebrate 12 years of partnership with the Turkey Trot, is there any message you would like to share with the runners, donors, and community and supporters who made this event possible? Is there any message that you'd like to tell?
Oh, I have so many messages.
Yeah.
Well,
You have many messages.
I'll keep it shorter than the rest. Were you talking to David? or-
Either one of you.
Uh,
Mr. Moons, how about you take that?
No, you go first. You have message. You're on a roll.
Well, we can't do what we do without all of you. I don't know, I do kind of know where it started. There was this passion between the founders of the Turkey Trot and some, Harvey Kornblum originators, Freddie and Steve Green but we can't do what we do without you. So I really just want to thank all of you for doing something. Even, whether you come and run or walk, or whether you organize the whole entire thing year round. I mean, Jamie and David eat, sleep, and, whatever the third word is that you do, Turkey Trot all year round, coming up with those ideas. I was just smiling with the dog bandanas and now the donuts and that matters to people. So whether you're pouring beer or whether you're out there doing security, thank you. And parking, which was very hard last year, by the way, so people really fought to get there. So thank you. But whatever you're doing, walking, running, eating a donut, you're doing something, and a lot of people are out in our community saying, I wanna help, but I don't know what to do, and you're doing that. So I just wanna thank you for organizing it and putting your heart and soul into it. Jamie represents this huge team of volunteers, David and Jamie both do, that have this passion. So I just wanna thank all of you, and you especially, and Jeff, whose idea it was, and Mark, who comes out every year and is a leader, for doing something. And it really leads to feeding people. It's not just walking or running or having a beer. It's being in community, and it's community that feeds people. That's all it is. So there's all these similarities between what the Turkey Trot is and what JFS is and the Harvey Farm Food Pantry. It's just community getting together to make sure everybody's healthy, and is connected and feels like they're seen. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
I think my final thought would be, we are a strong group of volunteers, but this doesn't happen without the support of the city. So I want to thank the police department. Fire isn't here today, but Pat and Beverly and Jennifer from the Parks Department and Kiana from Communications and maybe Darren from Finance. But like, I think, I'm just kidding. Darren's great. He's gonna be on the computers this year at packet pickup and check-in. So no, I think this doesn't happen without a great partner who supports us and is a vocal supporter of the event, and without a city who is willing to kind of stand behind its community. So I want to thank the city who is willing to put up with us on an annual basis to pull this thing off and to support us. And the creativity that comes from the city too, because it's not Jamie and David, it's the city, Jamie and David, who kind of pull this thing together. So
That's a great thing when people do the right thing without being told to do it. That's a big difference when you volunteer, you choose to do the right thing without someone nudging you to do it. Again, I thank you both for what you do, because of the events like this, it helps make our community a great place to live. And if there are any other questions out there that anyone might have, now's your time to ask. Okay. Well, with that said, I again thank you for coming this morning and sharing your thoughts and letting us know how well things are going. And we hope that this will be something that will continue for years to come.
absolutely. And before we go, we have two reveals, right? We're gonna reveal first the dog walk. Is that possible to do the dog walk? Oh,
Thank you.
no, you're good, you're good. They're fine. Oh, yeah. This is-
That's the big cost.
Yeah, okay, so,
Oh, no, we wouldn't.
yeah, so first, this year we will have dog bandanas available, which is super exciting. Look how nice that looks on this. So
Big and small,
there's oh, big and small?
big and small.
Big and small, so there's the small, there's the big. There was a.
All about the pretty dogs in there, for sure. We find them, for sure.
Ah, and then lastly is this year's shirt, which we're really happy with. And it includes the sponsors. It's Therapy and Wellness Collective. That's what I was trying to. Paincrest Electric, Patterson Partners, The Wine Merchant, On the Run Mobile, Plant Haven Farms, Auto Beauty Specialist, Great Heart Brewing Company, BJC Healthcare, Angie Mountain, and STL Style. So this is this year's shirt. It's a new color, maroon. I think I'm.
And it matches the bandana.
And it's,
I know you.
yeah, oh yeah, well, that was, the coordination was purposeful. So there you go.
Well, folks, thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, sorry, and the raffle tickets. So we're $5 for one, $20 for five. We're raffling off this year, not a signed Berkey jersey, but two $250 gift cards to Mobile on the Run. So if you want a raffle ticket, you could purchase them right there. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for coming.
That's right.